freestyles.
Wow. Hey, what's up? Pura vida, mi gente. How you guys doing? Yeah, let me know if at any point the music is too loud. Let me know. How you guys doing? Hope you guys had a good Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, blessings. Thanks for tuning in. Guys. I get excited when I go live, especially on like a Saturday night like this. I just feel like I'm just kind of like tuning in with family, tribing up. We're just getting cozy and everything. And today I'm just gonna basically freestyle it. I don't really have like a presentation like I always do, kind of like, we're just gonna talk. And when it comes to these kind of topics, that's what kind of almost everybody's doing. um, just gonna show you a couple things. This is mostly for those who are not aware of any of these subjects. I talk to a lot of people all the time, and I bring these subjects up a lot, and they're like, "Huh? No, I never heard of that." Orphan Trains, Cabbage Patch Babies. They think I'm talking about the dolls, the World's Fair. They don't know what a World's Fair is. Incubator Babies. They're like, "Huh? What's that? What you talking about? What are you talking about, Kurimeo?" So I watch a lot of channels. I watch a lot of good researchers, a lot of interesting presentations out there on YouTube, different people, and I learn a lot, man, and certain things that make you think, that you'd be like, wow, things that you already had in your mind, things that you kind of already figured, especially when we're talking about a more swarthier past, right? It just seems like before 1800s, I don't know. It just like seems everybody. It was actually more in general more swarthier. You know, people different shades of. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Welcome to everybody that's new. You know, let me know if you guys can hear me. Make sure if I sound good. Shout out to some of the producers, the music I'm playing. This is from Breeze 3000. Yeah. And shout out to the brother. He gave me a lot of beats way back in the day. I still use them. All right. Tone, what's up, bro? Make sure to check out his channel. Thanks to all the moderators here tonight. And you know, make sure you come in peace. If you come in to troll, you're planning to, you know, just come and interrupt, you know, my moderators will escort you out. We're just trying to build. We're just trying to keep it positive, trying to keep it respectful and everything. Even though this is a touchy subject we're going to be talking about. But I'm going to show you guys I'm not the only one, you know, saying what I'm going to say today. And I know a lot of you already know what I'm going to say. So, you know, welcome. If you don't know anything about this, you know, be ready. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Wow. Hey, King Katura, what's up? J9, thank you, as always. All my moderators, all the people who've been following me for all these years, I know the names. You know, I know the names. I see you guys in the chat all the time. Trust me. Yeah, yep. All right, so where we're going to go today. So again, I'm freestyling it, guys. Don't expect me to be all quick and stuff. There's going to probably be some dead air here and there. Probably not. I'm pretty used to this, but here we go. Before I continue today, before I begin, we're going to come to this book today right away. We've read from it many times. This is a primary source. This is from 1750s. All right, so this is before the 1800s. All right, very important. Hope the music's not too loud. I'm still, I actually had to, my Instagram page got hacked, guys. And I believe it was by Instagram themselves, the security team. Then they try to, what you call it when they, when they try to bully you? I forget the word. Blackmailing you into buying it back, even though they already knew they weren't going to give it to me back. So I ain't going to get scammed. So I had to just let it go. I had 11,000 followers, but I got a new page, guys. Make sure to check it out. And since we are live, you know, let me just go ahead and show you guys. All right, that's the beauty about being live. All right, so I'm up to 1,000 followers. I had 11,000. You know, I just gotta get 10,000 more to catch up to where I was. Come on, guys, help me out. Yeah, I got my channel or my page not back, but I had to create a new one. So I've been posting a lot of good images here, as you guys can see. And all my collection of my colorized pictures, you know, they took all that down. So we're gonna re-upload it. The good thing is I get to do it all over again. I get to get new followers. I get to improve and do it better and do better posts. So, you know, they think they got me. They might have slowed me down a little bit, but I'm just gonna bounce back, right back, you know. All right, so go back to the book. All right, make sure I can see you guys. All right, so that was my Instagram. We're gonna begin today. Just want to read again from what Benjamin Franklin had to say. Yeah, this is a primary source from Benjamin Franklin. This is from the 1750s. This is before the 1800s, okay? This is very key because Benjamin Franklin told us something before the 1800s, before all these world fairs, okay? Before all these incubator babies and orphan trains and all that. All right, before Ellis Island and all that stuff, okay? So the book is called Observations Concerning the Increase of Mankind, People and of Countries by Benjamin Franklin. All right, and this is 1755. And basically, he's actually complaining a lot about the, mostly about the German immigrants. So if you Google Benjamin Franklin on German immigration, you're gonna come up with this book. And these are the points he gives: 1, 2, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. Right? He keeps going and going, and like what he thinks about all this stuff, right? So we're gonna go to point number 24, 25, I believe. Yeah, we're right here. And I'm gonna read to you guys here what he thought about. First of all, he's gonna be telling you about what the Europeans in the world was mainly like at his time. All right. There's a primary source. This ain't me trying to blackwash anything, okay? So pay attention. All right, where to go? All right, we live, so things happen. Come on, come on. There we go. All right. It's hating. Here we go. Hey, come on, supper. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now it says here, and since detachments of English from Britain sent to America will have their places at home so soon supplied and increased so largely here, why should the Palatine Boers be suffered to swarm into our settlements and by herding together establish their languages and manners to the exclusion of ours? Why should Pennsylvania, funded by the English, become a colony of aliens who will shortly be so numerous as to Germanize us instead of our anglifying them, and will never adopt our languages or customs any more than they can acquire our complexion? Our complexion. The Germans, he's a Swarty, so-called black Germans he's talking about. Which leads me to add one remark, by the way. He says that the number of purely white people in the world is proportionally very small. All right, 1750s, pay attention. 1750s. Benjamin Franklin's letting us know, right? He's letting us know that the number of purely white people in the world is proportionally very small. All of Africa is black or tawny, right? Tawny is a dark complexion. Asia, chiefly tawny. America, exclusive of the newcomers, wholly so. America, yes, it's tawny as well, wholly so. It's black or tawny, wholly so. And in Europe, the Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, and Swedes are generally of what we call a swarthy complexion, okay? Swarthy, so swarthy. You know, I don't have to go over the definition of swarthy. I know a lot of people try to debate me on swarthy. It's just silly because we've gone over so many numerous definitions from different dictionaries, very scholarly ones, and it's clearly telling us so-called black, all right? That's how you said black in different times, swarthy, okay? Letting you know, the Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, and Swedes are swarthy, as are the Germans. And only the Saxons, he's saying, are not, who with the English make the principal body of white people on the face of the earth. So he just generalized there. So that's the hijack there. But he's letting you know, right? He's worried. Literally, this is why he's writing this. He's worried that they're bringing too many black Europeans over. Literally. I'm reading you a primary source from 1750s. If you're new to this, we've gone over this a lot. The original colonists, hundreds and thousands of them were black Europeans who came in as indentured servants, okay, colonists, prisoners of war, convicts, and conquistadors too. And these people mixed in with the American Indians. All right, so that's a whole other subject here, but I don't want to go off subject, but I just wanted to read this real quick just to get you in that that give the idea, right? Put the idea into you. What's going on before the 1800s? What's going on before the 1800s, okay? They clone Tyrone. They clone Tyrone. You saw that movie? Go check it out. Pretty interesting, huh? All right, so let me see where we at. All right, how are we gonna start this? Now again, guys, we're freestyling this. I'm live. Okay? Yeah. So it's about to get, let's go. Shout out to Breeze 3000. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hey, what's up, Archivist? Shout out. Make sure you guys check out the Archivist with Analog. That's where I'm getting a lot of these newspaper clips that we did all those videos on. He's got some great videos now as well. Make sure to subscribe to his channel and follow him on Twitter, where he's posting all these incredible finds. All right, welcome everybody. So, Cabbage Patch Babies, right? Like I said today, guys, I don't have a real presentation. I've had all these tabs and all the stuff I'm going to show you today already opened for like months, possibly even more than a year now on my computer. And I'm just like, how do I do this video? It's really hard to prove, but after I show you guys everything today, I mean, let's just be logical. You can conclude whatever you want. I already know that Benjamin Franklin told us, hey, pure white people in the world were very small, the proportion very small, all right? And we're talking about 1750s, all right? Now 1800s come, right? Now we got Cabbage Patch Babies. Uh-oh, what does this mean, Cabbage Patch Babies? Huh? What are they doing here? What does all this mean? These are all old postcards, guys. There's like most likely thousands of them, all right? Cabbage, babies growing with the cabbage, right? And you'll see a lot that the babies many times are being given to parents, okay? Given to parents, all right? Literally growing babies, right? He's watering, he's growing babies. They're growing babies. What does this all mean? It's just fun and cute. Is this all just fun and games? It's just art. It's metaphoric. What does this all mean? You know, a lot of these are in French, and when you translate them, they literally say, you know, come by me, come take me home, come take me, I'm great, you'll love me, I need parents, okay? And these old postcards, there's literally numerous of these, you know, and you'll see different versions of them. Maybe them growing out of water, growing out of flowers, but it's all kind of like the same idea, right? Babies being grown, babies growing, or growing like cabbage, right? Growing like you can pick them, like there's a big harvest, like come and get them, all kinds, all sorts, right? And then they go in the hijack with the Cabbage Patch, all right? Babies in Cabbage Patch, all right? All these old postcards, right? What do you guys think of this, huh? So there's a great channel, right? You guys all probably already know who I'm going to show. All right, let's see. Okay. So you guys probably already know Mind Unveiled. If you don't, that's a great channel. I mean, he's got like a whole he's got a very thorough breakdown, you know, based on his research of what he, you know, what he finding, what he believes in, it means, and you know, everything. And it's very deep, and a lot of things are very logical if you just follow. And I know a lot of you guys know who this is, and you know, I mean, look at the title. Repopulation postcards, right? Cabbage Patch Kids, 1800s cloning. I didn't say it. Babylon's babies. 1800s cloning. I didn't say it. Hey, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. But if I was the first to say it, then they would say, oh, you hate. Oh, you hate. Oh, you blackwashing. Oh, you hate. Oh, I didn't. You guys check out these videos, all right? This is one of them. Did you guys know one of the first ever movies, or as they say, actually second, he kind of proved it might be the second movie, but it was about a fairy in the Cabbage Patch. You know, this lady named Alice Guy, the whole history of silent film. She's very important when it came to the silent film industry. She did hundreds of movies, which most of them burned supposedly or got lost, you know, but she was a big pioneer in this, and she's not really talked about. So you guys already know what I'm talking about. You guys saw the video. If you didn't, check out these videos again. All right, so he said incubator promotion, all right? Promoting the incubator. Look how she's delivering the babies to somebody. All right. And then he's got some other ones like this one, Ancient Cloning Factories. All right. Again, I didn't say cloning. Foundlings and incubators. Test tube babies, huh? Test tube babies, huh? Hey, I didn't say it. I just want to make that clear. All right. I just want to make that clear, guys. Okay. But it all seems very interesting, very logical, and seems very based on the research that I've done over the years. And a lot of you always ask me, so where do these people come from? So-called white, right? We're not trying to say so-called white people are all incubator babies. That's not what I'm saying. It just seems, as you guys are going to see today, they did something in the 1800s. It seems like they were mass producing so-called white people. All right. Now, all right. Again, this ain't one of those videos where I'm going to show you sources and stuff, right? Go to watch these guys' videos. You'll see many sources. You're going to see how deep he goes. He goes pretty deep. He's done new videos on. It gets deeper, And I'm there. I'm there in the back of the classroom, pulling out the babies. Literally, pull out the babies. Pull them out of the cabbage. Pull out the babies. Dodge the hijacks. You know what I mean? Here and there. But much respect to Mind Unveiled. I gotta give him the props. He gave me a shout out once, I think, in one of the videos. I watched a lot of his videos, so it gets pretty deep. All right, just wanted to make that clear in case you guys want thorough, you want a whole presentation with the background music and the images going all over the place. Go check out these 3 videos. All right, go check them out. Okay, Archivist has a video on this as well, showing the European royalty raising thousands of babies. All right, go check that out. Archivist, feel free to add the link. Feel free to add the link so people can go ahead and check that out. All right. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of why I wanted to bring this up. We're gonna freestyle it. Anybody has some questions? Anybody new to this? This is what we're doing. We're introducing this subject. What I'm showing you right now is that these Cabbage Patch, definitely, these postcards are more than just some random pictures they were just doing for fun and making cute babies, right? Like, you got to look at each picture. They're all telling you something, literally. All right, like they're literally telling you something here. All right. So, real quick, we're gonna go to watch some videos. Let me see. Let me get them ready. All right. So this is one of the very first films ever made. All right, and this is what they're talking about. This is 18. This is all coming out 1896, right? 1896, right when they're actually supposedly inventing the incubators, supposedly trying them out, supposedly. But we know they had all this stuff way before that. All right, hold on, let me get the movie. Okay. We're gonna go to it right now. All right, so this is the Cabbage Patch Fairy. Alice Guy. This is a 1900 version. I'm going to show you after this. I'm going to show you one from 1896. Okay. So yeah. All right, you guys saw that? So she was less like randomly placing babies, like real life babies on the floor and stuff. This is one of the first films ever made. All right. So yeah, again, shout out to Mind and Build, bringing this to my awareness. I was like, wow, yeah. All right, let's go look to another film right here. All right. So this is from 1896. This one's really interesting. It's gonna show something very revealing of what we're talking about, what I was just talking about. Okay, and what Benjamin Franklin was worried about. So to me, this was their solution. Okay. So she's like, hey, honey, I want a baby. Come on. I think it's time. You know, he's like, oh, you sure? I don't know, man. Like, okay, well, if you want it, okay. Well, let's get married first. Or, okay, I'll get you one. Don't leave me. We can go get a baby. Okay, it's just one. Just one. Silent films are pretty cool because you get to like imagine yourself what they're saying, with your own voice in your head. They're like, hey, hi, we'd like to see what you guys have here. you know we're interested in getting a baby. Yeah. So they're showing them, I guess, a sample. Got a little doll. They're showing them another sample. Like, yeah. He's like, nah, that's all right. Another sample. They just got him in the basket there on the floor, He's like, these hands don't move right. You see that? Yeah. And then he's like, no, I don't like this one. Here, take it back. All right. He's like, do you got any better ones, like fresh ones, like newborn ones? He's like, yeah, sure. I got them right here. They're growing right now. They're ready to harvest. I got them in the backyard. All right. So that's the cabbage patch she has. She starts pulling out some babies. All right. That's a real baby right there. She's like, oh, this one's pretty. And then, all right, put them right there. Just throw them on the floor. Right there. Okay. There you go. All right. And then now they're going to get some more. They're like, oh, whoa. Put that back. Whoa. Okay. Did you guys peep that? All right. Who saw that? Who peeped it? I'm going to go back. Now, what just happened? They pulled out a so-called black baby or a Negro baby, copper-colored baby. They pull it out and they were like, no, whoa, we don't want that. Hold on. Let's go back. Okay. You guys see that? Do you guys see that? All right. And watch what they're gonna do. Watch their reaction. Oh no! Ooh, hideous! Oh no, hideous! Put that back. All right, and then let's keep watching. So, as you guys can see, it's very clear what they're telling in these silent films. There's no trying to guess what they're saying. They're literally showing you, or the film's insinuating they're growing babies, and you can go buy one and leave with one, like as they're doing right now. They just bought a baby, a grown baby. All right. This is another little example. Another thing you'll see common is babies coming out of the water, coming out of with the storks, right? Coming out of flowers, right? Like they're the fruit, right? From the flower. This is another silent film. It's the Spring Fairy. So basically, let me fast forward. So there's an old lady. She's cold. She asks for help. They let her in. They actually, feed her, give her some food and everything. And then they offer her to stay. And she's like, no, I don't want to stay. And then she turns into the fairy, the Spring Fairy. She turns into the Spring Fairy. Right? And so now she's going to hook them up because they helped her. Right? So she's going to go outside and she starts making everything all beautiful. It's springtime. Right? It's springtime. And now guess what? She's even going to hook them up with something. Yeah, that's how they were getting down in the 1890s with some hip hop. No, sir. This is a custom made music. You can't really play music because you might get copyrighted. But you guys get the idea. She's giving them flowers. She's gathering flowers. Bezo Breeze with the beats. Bezo Breeze. What kind of sorcery is this? So, yeah, they got twins. She hooked them up. The fairy, she hooked them up. She gave them twins. So all these people getting these babies, right? All these films about people getting their babies. Why was it so important to create films about this? What's up with the World's Fair? As Archivist was saying, it's let me see what he was saying right here. I was reading it. It was literally to brainwash or the people who were repopulating. It was kind of like a brainwashing exposition. What are we talking about? We're talking about World's Fairs, right? We're gonna get to that, but right now we're talking about the Cabbage Patch Babies, right? So the idea why I was showing you this and why I wanted you to go check out Mind Unveiled, it's just so you can see that before what I'm going to show you, these incubator babies and these World's Fairs, they already had this concept already going and so developed. Like, it's literally telling you how much they were doing it. So this is before they invented incubators in 1896. A lot of these postcards are before 1896. So it was already going on, is what I'm trying to tell you. It was already happening. Remember, 1800s, we're talking about Reconstruction era. We're talking about after the Civil War. We're talking about after 1812. A lot of things going on in 1800s. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, where we going with this? All right, where we going with this? All right. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about baby incubators. Baby incubators. What is this? What is this, huh? You guys ever heard about the baby incubators? You guys see? All right, I got this in the cover. I just colorized it. You guys can see. Coney Island's incubator babies. Okay. Come and get him. Look how he's holding them. Look how he's holding them. Look how they're holding them. Fake Doctor's Coney Island Incubator. We're gonna read today a little bit. I'm not, trying to read too much today, but yeah, he wasn't even a real doctor. He was literally a showsman, like Barnum and Bailey. He made money off this, or my theory is they used this to fund their project. This is how they funded their project, and they did it out in the open. They did it in the open. What am I showing you guys? All right, we got a so-called black nurse here in this picture. The infantorium. So most of these images, again, are from the World's Fairs. An artificial foster mother, says here. Baby incubators in the Berlin exhibition. This is in Germany. So not just in the US, guys. This was happening in Europe. All right? This was happening out in the open. This was a big thing. I'm going to show you guys. This was a big thing. This was a big thing. Nurse with an infant in the baby incubator. All right. So guys, I know there's rebuttals, there's so-called fake narratives regarding all this stuff, like everything else. So again, when you talk about these subjects, we do tend to go into the realm of conjecture a lot. But again, we have to try to be logical with what we're learning in this time, especially with this whole reset thing, the mud flood, these buildings are older, that you're an Indian, Columbus didn't discover anything, this is the true old world. So many things we're learning, right? So try to apply all that stuff we've been learning with what these other channels are talking about when they're talking about the mud floods and the reset. Yeah, who are they resetting? Who are they resetting? And who is the inheritors they're talking about? You know? They even say in themselves, they call themselves inheritors. We're the inheritors. We're the inheritors. Shout out to John Levy or Levi. John Levi or Levy. I watched a lot of his videos. He's letting you know, just inheritors of something that was already here. Something that was already here. All right. Back up so you guys can see. It's a lot. They even made like funny movies about it. If you guys can see in this image. Incubator 12 months grown in 1 hour. Look at that. Were they really doing that? And if they were kind of like, let's say they were cloning, right? You would need incubators. You would need incubators for these clones. Again, that's why I said, go check out Mind Unveiled. He gives all these ideas. He's talking about all this stuff. So again, I'm not the one saying it. Everybody's saying it. When you start looking into things, right? And you can Google baby incubator world fairs, and you're gonna get all the images, right? This guy with his weird hat, I think that's the fake doctor when he was younger. He did it for years. He did it for years, guys. That's him right here when he was younger. Strange but true, Coney Island's craziest ever exhibit, incubators containing real premature babies. Okay, we ain't making this up. They sign the babies. That's what we're talking about. Coney's Island in the early 1900s boasted an array of eye-opening sideshows. Midget City. This was right next to Midget City. You get it? It was a sideshow attraction, literally. Who would do that with their babies? Who would put their babies to be a sideshow attraction? A village with 311 people, they're saying. But perhaps the most jaw-dropping attraction of all, rows of tiny premature babies living in glass incubators and fighting to survive as the paying public looked on. Fighting to survive, huh? As a whole people or just as an individual? The man behind the exhibit was French-born Martin Cooney, dubbed the Incubator Doctor. All right, and that's the guy who made it a famous sideshow attraction because it was already happening in Europe. We're gonna read that he actually took the idea from other people. So it says here, visitors paid 25 cents to get a glimpse of tiny preemies encased in rows of incubators and tended to by a team of nurses and wet nurses who lived on site, along with 2 physicians. Okay, here you go. Strange for us today, but these exhibits were hugely popular. They couldn't go extinct. You understand? Yeah, early eugenicist. Yes. Benjamin Franklin said, what were we saying? So he said something, right? So what did they came with a solution. They came with a solution. Right here it says, New York Post, fake doctor saved thousands of infants and changed medical history. A fake doctor. When Marion Conlin gave birth to twins earlier than expected. All right, so we do supposedly have some true stories, and I'm sure they added some true people here and there. But you gotta understand, this is supposed to be people from all over the country, and how they get premature babies in those times into Coney Island. They're prematures. So then we gotta trust the stories too. All right, so you guys can read it. You guys can read it. But a lot of the time, you eventually realize the people themselves who's telling the story say they were told. Most of these people said, I was told. I believe I came from. I was told. My parents were died of this. I was told. Okay? He's not a real doctor, guys. The crime of the decade. St. Louis Post. 2 infant graduates among the premature babies displayed at the incubator exhibit at the 1904 World's Fair, photo courtesy of the Missouri Historical Society. They had World's Fair, Missouri. Okay, the St. Louis Fair, very popular. Got some images for you guys. The St. Louis incubator could not save its life. Little Esther Simpson, the neo 1-pound midget. Okay, so this is just a random story. They call her a midget and everything. See how they talk about the people here. But yeah, this was popular. Some more images. I mean, you're gonna see him. All you gotta do is Google it. Yeah, we'll get to the Orphan Trains. The over-incubated baby. So this is a silent film again. This is from this channel if you want to go check it out. Joan Stone. All right. And okay, check out this image. What's going on here? She's giving birth. All these scientists, fake doctors, showsmen. Martin Cooney, born in France, died in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. And guess what happened to Coney Island, guys? It says here, $5 million blaze sweeps Coney Island. 4 blocks on boardwalk destroyed. Huge crowds watch. 6-hour battle. Coney Island destroyed. The Great Fires. The Great Fires. Let's hide all the evidence. Let's destroy and reset everything so they don't remember what we did. Coney Island destroyed. Somebody say Maui. Uh-oh. The infantorium. There's an old apartment building in South Minneapolis that looks totally out of place. It is a residential neighborhood with small bungalows and some auto body shops. And in the early 1900s, it used to be part of an amusement park called Wonderland. The park's biggest attraction wasn't the roller coaster or the dance hall or the log flume. It was a sideshow called the Infantorium. Visitors would pay 10 cents to enter a spacious room full of glass boxes that were incubators with tiny premature babies on display. But despite how weird this whole concept might seem today, this wasn't the only place this was happening. According to Lauren Rabinovitz, an amusement park historian, at the turn of the century, incubators for premature babies were widely available at fairs and amusement parks across America rather than hospitals. Huh? Why not in the hospitals? I mean, just gotta be logical, guys. What's going on here? Barnum's Museum, Grand National. This is from 1872, I think it says, or 32. Baby show, 100 beautiful babies. A baby show, 100 beautiful babies. Where are they getting all these babies from? It says finest babies, twins, triplets, quaterns. All right. What happens when you artificially inseminate a woman? A lot of the times you end up getting a lot of twins, right? A lot of 8, 4, 5. Okay. Were they possibly doing that as well? And is this all his sperm? The fake doctor? Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Guys, we just freestyling today, alright? Don't mind me, man. Now open. Young adult novels. Infant incubators. Broadway. Now open. Yeah. Coney Island. You can get a baby. You can go home with a baby. You go to Coney Island, enjoy the park, the amusement, the candy, the popcorn, the cotton candy, and you get to go home with a baby. And you get to go home with a baby. And their excuse is, we saved the lives of babies. See what science has done for the world's little weaklings in the baby incubators, an exhibit of intense hard interest, the most highly educational feature on the pastry. Leading children's physicians, highly trained nurses, every modern surgical appliance and medical appliance constantly, all at hand. All right. Again, he wasn't a doctor. He was a fake doctor. Mechanical mother. Mechanical mother. You don't need a real mother because we have a mechanical mother. They're literally telling you all the world loves a baby. Everyone loves a baby, don't they? With the Freemason floor, the Freemasonic floor. Oh, I'm just saying, we just freestyling here, right? I can do that, guys. I can conjecture like everybody else, all the other channels. All the world loves a baby, and you don't even need a real mother because we got mechanical mothers. Man-made machines have again triumphed over the seemingly inconceivable forces of nature with the invention of the mechanical mother, one of the outstanding marvels of the medical world today. So incredible, an engine that thousands of people anxiously pay for the privilege of getting a peep at it, is the baby incubator perfected by Dr. Martin A. Cooney. Okay? Thousands of people paying anxiously, paying money, paying funding. In this age, when the trend has been pronounced in the direction of machinery, it is perhaps not astounding to remark that the robot mother is here at last. The robot mother. All right? All right. Body bag for the illusion. Robot mother, Unbelievable as it may sound, guys. Unbelievable as it may sound, Dr. Cooney's incubator machine actually serves as a substitute for a mother in the crucial stages of a baby's life. That's it. That's all I got to say right there. Okay. 14 weeks in incubator, child born 3 months before it was due. Oh, yeah? You sure it was born? Or made to born? Or born? Yeah. Yeah. 1939, New York World's Fair. They're still doing it in 1939. Baby incubators. The cost to maintain a baby was $9 a day. Babies were kept at a constant temperature of 85 to 90 degrees. They were fed every 3 hours, but some were fed hourly according to their nutritional needs. All right. You can read on and read on. You know, try to look for the sources here and there. It's hard. You ain't going to find none of these parents, supposedly. I want to see a real story, not just like they got the same story. Like it's the same story that one or two parents, two or three survivors here and there. This was thousands of babies, thousands, thousands. All these parents just gave up their babies like that? Man. Incubator Baby shows a medical and social frontier. All right, this is from the History Teacher, Volume 35, Issue 1. America's first hospitals for premature infants were built at the turn of the 20th century at fairs, amusement parks, all right, and expositions. These hospitals represented both a medical and social frontier. They had a great impact on American medicine because they demonstrated success of caring for premature infants using the robot moms. We don't even need real moms, guys. And where were they doing all this? Show you guys. Where were they doing all this? Most of this, a lot of this was in the world fairs. What are these world fairs? All right. If you guys never heard of this stuff, hey, welcome, Ed. There's a lot of good channels out there now. And did you guys know you can Google it? You can put it on the search engine on, YouTube, and hundreds of videos will pop up. Okay. All right. The world's fairs. World's fairs, huh? World's fairs. Let's see what they're saying about the world's fairs. World's fairs are also known as a universal exhibition or an expo, is a large international exhibition designed to showcase the achievements of nations. These exhibitions vary in character and are held in different parts of the world at a specific site for a period of time, typically between 3 to 6 months. The term World Fairs is commonly used in the United States, while the French term Exposition Universelle is used in most of Europe and Asia. Other terms include World Expo, Specialized Expo, with the World Expo used for various types of exhibitions since at least 1958. All right, so check this out. History. 1791, Prague organized the first World's Fair, Bohemia. All right, we're talking about 1700s. Did they have incubators back then? Why not? If you guys only knew like the technology, the so-called old world technology these people had. I'm gonna show you they were lighting all their buildings at night. This is before they invented the light bulb. Like, you guys already know what I'm talking about, the ones who follow this stuff. I'm heavy into it. I follow a lot of channels and I'm learning and soaking it all in, trying to understand where our truth fits into all of this. All right, so they're gonna say, yeah, they built these temporarily, and then they just all of a sudden destroyed all this stuff, guys. I'm gonna show you some pictures now. I'm gonna show you what they destroyed supposedly and built temporarily. All right. That's the wrong one, sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right, so this is some images I got online, and I actually colorized some of these. A lot of these are the first time. A lot of these are you're gonna see them in color for the first time. All right, a lot of you probably know a lot of these pictures already, but I'm gonna show you to you. This is a World's Fair supposedly. This is in the United States, guys. I was gonna trick you guys and say, hey, this is this lady looking at in Rome, Vatican, but no, I didn't want to do that. So there you go, right away. This is the World's Fair. And this is what she's looking at. She's looking at the true old world. This is the old world. This is what they destroyed. Look at all the Moorish architecture, as they're calling it. But it's not Moorish. That's just another tag. Okay? Yeah, they had it for many years. Yeah. They used it. Yes. They perfected it. They went around the world building stuff. It became tagged Moorish. Yeah. All right. So, guys, you got to understand when you start studying this, they're going to tell you that they build this, that under this is just wooden, like Play-Doh, right? Like, like, how do you say it? Like some plaster. They literally say this is plaster and some wood. It's art. It's like, it's temporary. All right. I'm going to read something to you guys that contradicts what they say in Wikipedia. And this is a book from 1893 from the World's Fair. Okay. So these pictures, I didn't write down the cities, but this happened in Chicago, St. Louis, Missouri, Mississippi, San Francisco, um, so many places, guys. Pennsylvania, I think Florida had one. Actually, many states had one. Smaller ones, but there was big ones, right? Again, you guys can just Google it and you'll see what I'm talking about. And what do you guys see here? Look at this building with two obelisks right in the front. Hope you guys enjoying the. I wish I was actually watching the video with you guys. But I like that I'm showing you guys this. I wish I was actually talking to somebody though, like I was conversating while I was doing this. All right, we're gonna keep going with the images. All right, again, this is all here in the state. This is here. All right, and again, you're gonna see mostly so-called white people and all these things. It's like Archivist was saying earlier. It's like they were reprogramming their orphan babies, or like the people who survived, or the people after the reset, and they were kind of like teaching them an indoctrination of our history today. The fake history that we learned. You guys understand? They had actually they literally had. And I'm gonna agree with a lot of the haters that come at me. They literally did have Filipinos dressing as Indians in these fairs. They were given this false image of a lot of history. So even though they say, "Oh, this is about the achievements of world history," what world history? When you're teaching fake Egypt, that's not real history. You get what I'm saying? When you're showing fake Indians, that's not real history. All right. But maybe they had a plan. It was all for something. All right. This is all here, guys. You guys want to know where it is? Just Google World Fairs and then go through the images and start reading the different articles. It'll tell you the different places where these images were taken. All right. This is not just Washington, D.C. This is not Italy, the Vatican. This is what they supposedly took down. Why would they take this down? And why would they build all this? And we got to believe that this is all just wood and plaster and not real marble, not real as maybe as Paul Cook saying geopolymer cement, real. Because when you look at the destruction, you don't see wood and plaster. You see heavy rocks and cement broken up. Yeah, what they call in Tartaria. Literally, that was the kingdom of Prester John before it was called Tartaria. Who took over the kingdom of Prester John? King David, King of Kings. Yeah, world empire. That's a whole different subject. Don't worry. Step by step. We're going to go step by step. Because it can get confusing for some who are not, don't got their feet wet with all this stuff. All right. So again, these are the World Fair pictures, and these are the kind of places where they would have their little incubator baby museums. You see this little boardwalk, so you can find an incubator museum here, and possibly go home with a baby from Coney Island and all these other places. All right. Now look at this image. This is a real image, guys. This is here. I think this is in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. This might be the Chicago one. Look, this is not ancient Rome. It was no ancient Rome. This is Rome, or Ramon, or Roman, which is the pomegranate, which grows in the promised land. All right, you guys see this image? Why would they take this all down? Why would you take all this down? And we're to believe that you just build all this temporarily out of wood and plaster, huh? Yeah. Hold on, guys. Okay. We ain't making this up. What are you talking about, Kurimeo? Hey, man, shout out to Drop, man. 432 The Drop Radio. Ramon, Roman. Yeah, what is it? It means pomegranate. Ramon, Roman, pomegranate. People of the promised land. People coming from where the pomegranate grows. Yeah. I don't know, I'm just saying. Catch up to the Prester John investigation. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, let's go back to the images. All right. World's Fairs. World's Fairs. What's a so-called Roman? What's a so-called Greek? Shout out to Anatoly Fomenko, New Chronology. He literally said they didn't exist. They made it up. They made up the Dark Ages. Yeah. Right. Look what they took down, guys. But, all right. So yeah, I guess I'm just showing you these pictures I colorized. Let me speed up a little bit. I think I'm going a little slow. I don't know if you guys enjoying it or what, but it's hard to do this and look at the chat, so bear with me. But look at this. This is amazing. Look at this. They're talking about this is all plaster and wood and all that underneath that. This is what they took down, guys. This is in St. Louis. This one right here, Missouri. Okay. It wasn't just about dark skin, because even the people that you think weren't dark skin were dark skin. It wasn't just about dark skin. There was no dark ages. They added years to us. The Union Station, look at the cars and everything. Pretty cool pictures. Yeah, make sure everybody's being cool with each other. Building, not getting, disrespectful. We're just trying to build here. I'm just showing you what others already have said. It's not just me saying all this. I haven't done a World's Fair mud flood videos because it's really hard to prove. It's just, you gotta just know, because you gotta understand history. We know they lied about history. They added years of false chronology. We know these buildings are older than they're telling us. A whole lot of things that you gotta understand, right? Even though it's hard to prove. That's why I haven't done videos, because I like showing sources. Today we're just chilling though. We're talking today. I love being here right now, Saturday night with you guys, and going over this. Okay, going over the layers. Shout out to Tales of the Chrysalis, a good friend. Hey, welcome everybody in the chat. I'm looking at all the names. Thanks for being here. We're just looking at these colorized images of the World's Fair. Look at this, guys. It's just like, come on, wow. Look how far it goes. It's just, Don't nothing to see here, guys. Don't worry. It was just a little quick amusement park. We took it down already. Don't worry. Okay. This was inside one of the buildings. Wow. And where's all the black folks? Shout out to Bezo Breeze. See the obelisk? Welcome to ancient Rome. Welcome to ancient Egypt. Welcome to ancient Greece. Oh, you guys thought it was all over there on that side, huh? Breeze 3000. So one of the most amazing things about these fairs is that they were completely lighted up. They had electricity. This is what it looked like at nighttime. They had light shows, amazing, amazing light shows. There's images coming out of newspaper drawings or articles from the European countries from the 1700s, 1800s, showing buildings with light bulbs, electricity. All this stuff existed, guys. It wasn't Benjamin Franklin. Do you guys understand? Benjamin Franklin didn't invent electricity. Freemason, same guy who said that white people were very low in the world at his time. Their population was low. They were an endangered species. He was worried. Okay? That does. Now, this ain't. I know it sounds ugly the way it's being said. But hey, what if we were more melanated back in the day, like most of the world? I mean, the research clearly shows it. You know, science is trying to show it. We're talking about Shetterman, talking about the first Irish. You know, we're talking about the Indians here. We're talking about all over the world, the first Asians. And so what? What if your ancestors were melanated, more darker than you are today? Like, you know, and I'm not saying there wasn't so-called white people. I believe there always was light-skinned people. Yeah, I believe there was always light-skinned people. I just believe it seems like there was a mass production of paler skinned people going on in the 1800s. All right, we're not even done yet, guys. Hold on, like we're still going. All right. So, you know, I hope we like past colors. I know it seems like my channel focuses a lot on that, but it's just because we got to tell the story correctly. We do have to address that. We got to address the elephant in the room. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable you guys get. You know, if that's what it's showing us, that's what it is. It's saying it's ain't about blackwashing, you know. But it's okay. As humans, you know, with souls, you guys should understand we live in a matrix. There's a big movie going on. It's bigger than complexion, and we're gonna see that one day. But what I'm showing you is literally the movie playing out, the reset in real time. You know, back in the 1800s, 1900s. You know, it happened. Like you guys can see Reconstruction era, like it's really happening. Look at this. This is like, look at that. Wow. It looks like when you colorize it, you can actually let's just like it just looks a lot more incredible to me. Look at the Moorish, so-called Moorish palace. It even says Moorish palace with the Egyptian temple right here. This is from 1893, it says, and I believe the 1893. Let me see. That was in let me see, at the World's Fair, the Cosmopolitan. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a book I got here on the side. This one I'm reading right now. Another image right here. We got a Indian. You guys see the Indian? He got feathers. He's riding a horse. You guys see that? All right, hold on. This is a nice little beat. We're gonna have to go back. Hold on, because this is like a dream. It's called Dream Breeze. I actually started thinking about it, guys, and I'm like, wait, that's a kind of like a chorus. I don't want to get a copyright. I did get a copyright once for a jingle, a sample somebody put in the beat they gave me, and I'm like, oh man, sorry about that. But I hope you're enjoying the images. Let's go back to that last one. Look at this. What? Today's music is sponsored by Bezo Breeze, Breeze 3000. Yeah. Yo, big shout out to Ocelot, Ocelome 12. He's in the chat right now, guys. Ocelome 12. These are his beats right here. Thanks for the beats, brother. We're gonna go ahead and play some music from Ocelome 12, since he's in the house. Shout out to the brother. Good looking out for the music. This game. Smooth blaze, tune with the cosmos, straight haze, make money, no loss, yo. Ooh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, pull up. Yeah. Hey. Hey, what we're looking at right here, San Francisco, World's Fair ruins. Huh? Yeah, San Francisco. So we got bird's eye view of Jerusalem and Missouri and St. Louis, Missouri, Jerusalem, bird's eye view. All right. We're just talking about Ramon, right? The pomegranate, the promised land. Hijack, free, and just deception. I see through the lies and see my perfection. Invisible to raiders and scanners, no detection. But they after me cause I set them free. Uh-oh. Yo, shout out again to Ocelome 12 for the beats. Good looking out, brother. We loving the music right now. Right on time. Right on time. All right, so right here we got one of the older versions of one of the incubator babies, or incubators, as I was trying to say. You know, this is like a wooden one, and she's like over there working it. This is real old picture. So again, this was going on for a long time, before 1896. All right, and I colorized this picture. You guys can check it out. he said rapping was unprofessional. Drake, you're unprofessional. And you're a silly little rabbit. That's what you are. All right. All right. So, baby incubators, infant incubators, they're living. Come check them out. They're right here. Come check them out. Baby incubators. Yeah, baby incubators. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. Amazing little babies here in incubators. That will be 15 cents. He don't like me rapping. I gotta let him know what's happening. Cause the knowledge you be lacking. Incubator babies. Many roads lead to salvation. Many laws, but none help the nation. No republic or democracy, just corporations and hypocrisy. Misinformed population don't know their history, such a tragedy. Propaganda, media, reverse psychology. Breaking spells, spitting ghetto philosophy. From the being to the third world with my fist up anarchy. And though I seek peaceful measures, I know they just want to enslave us. But we equipped with knowledge and Berettas. Crazy fellas and also professors. Priests, kings, we chant down oppressors. Let me not get into that. Let me not get into that. Shout out to Ocelo Med 12 for the beat. He said don't rap. He said don't rap. But I stay true to my heart and my vision. I take control of my life, no more wishing. Surviving in this world of perdition. I'm prepared for the battle on a mission. Wake up the masses, break out of the mental prison. They lost in the game in submission. And I'm no one's savior, but maybe the real ones will listen. And even if they trapped by the master magician, how I lead them to the water manumission. We need to tribe up as prophecies come to fruition. Discernment, logic, and intuition. Slay, hijack, slice, silence the opposition. Keeping the code as we get our land back and recognition. Damn. As we get our land back and recognition. Yeah. Oh, you don't know. You think you know Kurimeo, but you don't know Kurimeo. Not yet. Infant incubators with living babies. Come see them. Shout out to Ocelo Met 12. There's another one of his beats. Oh. Cause my life is influenced by deep possessions. My only escape is the herbal essence. Progressing only with hard lessons. So grateful for all of Hawa's blessings. Can't stand the light, ready to use the Smith & Wesson. From the hood, blood of a warrior, keep on blazing. Yo, you thought you knew Kurimeo. But we keep it civil, we keep it educational in the videos. But they rely on the fiction. I say wake up and rise from your own crucifixion. I say a 44, only one, no competition. Giving thanks, keeping the code with no ambition. Follow my spirit, this ain't religion. I know Hawa, no believing. Dracon's on a mission. Surviving the times, even with the afflictions. Exiled in your own land under submission. Tricks of pirates, holy Roman in position. Careful with these nations that remain among you, no restrictions. Don't mention the name of their God's prohibition. Nor bow yourselves unto their gods, disobeying exhibition. No other gods before me is clearly written. But they blind and deaf, seems the programming real. They can't concentrate. These words break the spell, they help stimulate. The time is here, make the change, don't wait. Go against Hawaii, you tempting fate. No blood in my cup, be righteous, it's never too late. Who the agua can't destroy what the creator make. Cause we dreaming awake, we just passing our days with no breaks. We just passing our days with no breaks. Stuck in this phase, no escape with truth in your face. We need to wake up before it's too late. Beware these snakes, mad people be fake. They pretend to be cool, they pay you the fool. They say we are one, but their heart is just cruel. They live for the fame, the money they gain. For real love ain't the same. Corrupting your heart, don't let it go dark. Remember the laws, without them you lost. Say no to the drugs, the envy, the hate. Your spirit is strong, we living too wrong, misled for so long. But the time has arrived, my people. This feeling so right, we stand up and fight. With my Dracon, I'm ready to ride. Exposing these lies, together we rise. No woman, no cry. Time to rejoice, lift up your voice, let it be heard. In the beginning, the word, shaping and framing. On a mission, no more gaming. Hawaii, we proclaiming frequency. This is more than a rap. The cons profess, no way to express. The vibration connects beyond the polar stress they made us forget. But energy transgressed beyond the visual cortex. Hold up, we ain't ready for that. Hold up, Seinfeld. Yo, Seinfeld, how you? Hold up, and hold up. All right, enough rapping, guys, because Drake said it's unprofessional. All right, he probably left. Hold on, we got the music. Yo, that was good, man. Ocelo, man, 12, good looking up, brother, man. You know, I use the beats, you know, when I can, you know, when I remember. I got so many songs now, like I even got the YouTube library, so it's like I got a lot to pick from. Hold on one second, man. We're gonna go back into beats. Hold on. All right. So we got this image, right? So I don't know how long we've been going, so I'm not gonna put a time limit to that, guys, if you're not in a rush. Because I told you I'm freestyling. This is like research we're doing together. All right. So far, what do we have, guys? We have Cabbage Patch Babies. We got you know, it seems like what appears to be babies being grown and given up for adoption or sold. Because you saw in the little silent film, they literally bought them. They paid for the baby. They took them home. They got the best baby. They got to pick the color, the eyes, everything, you know? So then we got incubator babies. All right, where's all these babies coming from? All right, again, I mentioned Mind on Bill's channel earlier on. Go ahead and check out those 3 videos and all his other videos if you want, you know. It gets deep on that, over there in that channel. You got to be ready if you're going over there. Something about Mind on Bill. He's deep. He goes deep. And, you know, he sounds a lot like that Spirit Science voice, you know, back in the day. That series, Spirit Science, which of course, I watched back, you know. I told you, I absorbed a lot of school of thoughts, as you call it, or knowledge from different people, all right, throughout my years, okay? But when we're talking about reality when we're talking about true foundational truth, it's all gonna lead home back to here, and this is what this is where it led me, just like it led Graham Hancock all around the world. Just like me, I was always into history. I was into ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, all that. I studied all that, guys, but it always brought me here. It brought me right here. It brought me all back home, full circle. That's what it did with Graham Hancock. He realized that at the end, after all his books, which I read, his last book, America Before, he realized that it was right here the whole time. What he was talking about, that's the origin of civilizations, that great empire. All right. So what's going on here in this great empire? All right, because today we're going into some crazy stuff here, right? Going into some really crazy stuff here today. Hope you guys enjoying it and enjoying the images. We're gonna get sign from Seinfeld real quick. You guys know who Seinfeld is, right? I know you guys know who Seinfeld is. Yeah. Okay. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? Yeah. All right. Okay. Yo. All right. Listen, I'm gonna just let him tell you guys. You guys already know what an incubator baby is, okay?
Early 1900s, my dad was an incubator baby.
Hold on, Seinfeld. Hold on.
Early 1900s, my dad was an
Hold on.
Early 1900s, my dad was an incubator baby in Coney Island. He was on display. They had just invented the incubator. He was.
You could literally tell me anything, I'd believe it.
No, it's true.
Yeah. Totally.
Hold on.
Early 1900s, my dad was an incubator baby in early 1900s, my dad was an incubator baby in Coney Island. He was on display. They had just invented the incubator.
So, guys, the thing is, he's literally telling them the truth, and they're laughing like it's a joke. They're not even taking him serious. The other guy said, "You know what? I'll believe whatever you say." And he's like, he's laughing because he loves the fact that they think it's a joke. It's better for him. Who's Seinfeld? One of the most paid comedians ever in history, right? So-called, well, Ashkenazi, right? Okay.
Early 1900s, my dad was an incubator baby in Coney Island. He was on display. They had just invented the incubator. He was.
You could literally tell me anything, I'd believe it.
No, it's true.
Yeah. Totally.
So I don't know if you're asking where's the research for that. I actually got his family tree done. If you actually start, hold up. I looked into it, okay? I looked into it. Never heard what? Who are you talking to? All right. I just ignore the chat right now. We doing a presentation. Let's get the music going again. All right. Cause he just snitched. All right. He just told us what's up. All right. This ain't no conspiracy. It's real history. I never heard none of that. Yeah, a lot of things you never heard. I'm sure. Welcome. I got over 550 presentations. If you're willing to hear more new things, I'm willing to show you and so you can keep hearing. All right. So Jerry Seinfeld, right? All right. Where you at, Seinfeld? Where you at? You're funny. You're funny, Seinfeld. You're funny, dude. You're a funny guy. Literally, you're a funny guy. What a funny guy, huh? Okay. Hold on. I know he's your favorite comedian. Don't take it all personal. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. What? Oh my, do you believe it? Oh, come on. You gotta hit yes or no so they can know who I am. You see that? They want to know what I think. That's so funny. Okay. Coleman Seinfeld, untold details on an American stand-up comedian, Jerry Seinfeld's late father. Guys, believe it or not, I do have his tree, right? And Yeah, it's gonna go into conspiracy because I did this like months ago, right? And I haven't done the video. I told you guys I was just holding it there. Hold on, let me go back to the this ain't history. I got James. Oh, okay, that's a future video. I got James Brown's tree done. All right, all right. I got a lot of trees done actually that I haven't even done videos for. Right. Okay. All right. Breeze 3000. Yeah, yeah. Jerome Seinfeld. My dad was an incubator baby, huh? Incubator baby. Okay. So, what I wanted to say was that I actually had found some sort of birth record or index for Mr. Kalman Seinfeld that actually indicated that he was supposedly born in one of these hospitals, one of these foundling hospitals, the Children's Aid hospitals, one of these places that we're going to see today that were actually one of the main sources for the orphans, for the orphan trains. He was actually born there. There's something funny about his mom, Celia. And when I came back to the tree, when I started like thinking about this, and I was like, let me go get back into this. I came here, his mom was missing. Somebody had changed. They put Lena, which was correct, second wife, stepmom, but they had taken out Celia, and all the records I had, anything indicating birth. Like when you go into these people's records, 1920, it says he's already one, he's living with them. With Lena, it's not even Celia, his mom. As you guys can see, he's 1 year old and he's not even living with his mom. With Lena. All right, so I don't have no other birth like certificate or anything, but I did have it here. I know I did. All right, so this is another record. Okay, either way, let's go rate this because it's gonna expose their lives. So, Kalman Seinfeld is the late father of American stand-up comedian, actor, writer, and producer Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, we know that. He was married to Betty. All right, died 67. So they say he's of Hungarian heritage. Jerry Seinfeld's late father, Kalman Seinfeld, was born the youngest to his father, Shimshon, and his first wife, Celia, in New York. So remember, by the time he was one, he was already living with another person. And Celia, there's very hard records to find of Celia. Like, a lot. Like, okay. Says, talking about his parents individually, his father was Shimshir Simon Seinfeld, the son of Jonas Seinfeld. Kalman's beloved dad, Seinfeld, hailed from Stanislav, a place that was previously in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Likewise, his mother's name was Celia. Okay, so this was just like confirming. Okay, so this, I am reading this just so you confirm that I have the tree. I have Shimshir, Simon, and Celia, right? Ball, that's what I was able to find. And Betty, his wife. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. Okay. Jerry Seinfeld opens up about his childhood. I was never funny around my parents. Okay, let's see. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Jerry's parents, Kalman and Betty Seinfeld, were both raised as orphans. Okay? All right? Both his parents were orphans. Jerry Seinfeld's, all right? Same guy who just said his dad was an incubator baby. So if they had parents, as I'm seeing here, it just doesn't make sense why they were orphans when I got parents. I'm going to show you the stories they say about their parents, that they died young, when the genealogy is stating they died in the 70s. All right, 39, 41. Well, this was pretty young, but he was already in his 20s, 30s by the time the 40s came. So he wasn't young. He was like, when you're 21, are you an orphan? If your parents died at 21, are you an orphan? Okay. So supposedly they were really poor, and he just started his own sign company and all that. You guys can read it. All right. Hold on. I just wanted to read that real quick. Let me see. All about Jerry Seinfeld's late mother, Betty. All right, fair use. Hey, let's not. I know we're talking about one of their elite here, so hey, okay, let's see. So she was born to father Salim Hosni. Now, what I want to point out too is that a lot of the surnames that are linked to these people that he's supposed to come out of are not just so-called Jewish, but Arab names or people coming from Arab countries. Ottoman Empire, Syrian, Hungary, like these are Arabs. Like it's not a secret. Why they only claim Jewish, but what I'm realizing is a lot of these so-called Ashkenazis have a lot of Arab blood. We've gone over this a lot before, but all right. Says before her birth, Seinfeld's parents already had migrated to the United States around 1909, 1910. Both her mom and dad passed through Ellis Island on board the SS Florida and SS Hudson. All right, Ellis Island, another island, Statue of Liberty. That's what I'm saying. Go check out Mind on Bill's video. Were all these people really coming from Europe? That's going in too deep right there, right? Like, but go check out what he's saying. And the Statue of Liberty, what it means, the goddess of fertility and all that. Like, yeah. So all these people coming out of Ellis Island and Coney Island. Yeah. So Seinfeld grew up in an orphanage. So his mom, not only his dad, but his mom's also an orphan, right? It says though she had parents, how did she an orphan? Betty had her upbringing in an orphanage and foster care. Why? Could it possibly be that these were the people that actually adopted her and they're just telling the story a weird way? Why would, in what conditions she became a foster child is not known. Okay, they don't know, they're making it up. She was an orphan. But once her famous son Jerry in an interview said that his parents are orphans, he said it many times, guys. Like you saw just him say his dad was an incubator baby. Further, in one interview, he stated that his parents were loners. Growing up as orphan means Betty obviously grew up without her parents. However, she did have her siblings alongside. She had an older sister named Mauricia, with whom she grew up together. Okay, all right. But what is her ethnicity, huh? Her father is Hosni. So what if, let's say it is real, right? Okay. She was also from Syria, migrating to the United States along with her husband Selim. So what is it saying? That the place they were coming from, both her parents were Syrian and Jewish, so it's obvious that Betty Seinfeld was obvious she was Jewish, obvious. But she was an orphan. And his dad is an incubator baby. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Diana, a member of the rabbinic family that goes back to the biblical King David, huh? Medieval exilarch. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Is that what you're claiming? Okay. This is what I'm yeah. Hey. 42 the draw radio. Yo. Exilarch? Come on now. Talking about Prester John research here. Okay. Betty Seinfeld was an orphan. Betty Seinfeld was born and raised in America to Syrian Jewish immigrants. Many people believe she was born in Syria. Oh, and that's the other thing, guys. Even in the ancestry tree, it either comes up as being born in Syria or America. They don't really know. How don't they not know? You know what I mean? Like where she's not, you get what I'm saying? She's famous, a celebrity mom, like, all right? Now, Says Sally, Betty, and her siblings were orphaned at a young age when her mother passed away during 1918 Spanish flu. They were then sent to the Brooklyn Hebrew Orphan Asylum. Uh-oh. Is that what they really came out of? Guys, if you know, been doing the research with the old world stuff and what asylums really were, I mean, body bag for the illusion. So her mom supposedly passed away in 1918, right? Look what they're saying here, right? Her mom passed away in 1918 Spanish flu, right? Stop lying. Her mom's right here. Check it out. Her mom died in 1957 in New York. 1957, which I would assume is her adopted parents. The adopted parents or something, or the people they said they came from, or the assignees. The assignees, the custodians, the guardians. Huh? Do you guys see how the stories don't match? And I'm trying to tell you guys, I swear I had that. I remember seeing it. It blew my mind when I found that Kalman was born in the same hospitals that was holding all these incubator babies and the orphans that they were sending on the trains. We're about to get to that. Okay. Now I can keep going right here. But as you know, so he can call himself American, right? But according to his tree, right, they go right into Europe, so then they call you African. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, he was an orphan too, his dad. Orphaned and challenging childhood, Kalman Seinfeld's early years were marked by formidable challenges as he faced the hardships of losing his parents at a tender age. Oh, okay, guys, I'm gonna show you they're lying again. Hey, Best Media, much love. Thanks for the donation. Hey, I'm gonna show you they're lying again. This is a whole different website, and now they're talking about his parents, why he became an orphan. Now they say he lost his parents at an early age. Let's go back to the tree. All right. Kalman was born in 1918, guys, right? His parents, well, look, Celia, okay, this is what I remember now. This is exactly what I remember now. I'm glad I did this, and we're surfing the wave live, right? We're researching as we go today. We're live. See how his mom was born in the same year? Died in the same year he was born. I think supposedly the record I looked at said something about her passing away. It seems like she passed away supposedly during his birth. Like she died during birth. Supposedly in the same hospital where they had the orphans and the incubators. I'm not kidding, guys. I saw the record. It's gone. I tried to look for it. I searched everywhere. I looked for Celia Ball. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find her. Couldn't find her anywhere. I couldn't find her anywhere. So she was. Now they're saying his dad died at an early age too. They're saying, remember, they said both his parents died at an early age. So his dad died in 1941 about. 1918. Let me see. Yeah, that would be like in his 20s, right? So 38 would be 20. Yeah, like 22, 23. So would you be an orphan if you're 23 years old when your dad passes away at 23? No, that's just a normal death. Your parents died. That's just normal. You're just alone now. You're an adult. You're an adult at 23. You're not an orphan. You can take care of yourself. The whole point of orphans is that they can't take care of themselves. That's what an orphan is. They don't got no adults, custodian, nothing, So the stories ain't lining up is what I'm trying to show you. But they're letting you know that he was an orphan. He was born in 1918 in New York. Kalman experienced the tragedy of becoming an orphan when his mother Celia passed away. His father Shimshon Seinfeld remarried after Celia's death, resulting in a fractured family environment. So why would he be? So how is he an orphan, but he has a parent and a stepmom? That doesn't. Why they keep calling him an orphan? You guys see how this? Hey, all I know is Seinfeld said his dad was an incubator baby. I saw when he was born. If you guys look it up, you want to debunk me, please debunk me, because you're going to find the proof that I'm talking about. Find where Kalman was born. You're going to see the hospital. It was one of these main repopulation hospitals that come out in all these videos on YouTube. Yes, trust me. I saw it and I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't wait to show you guys. And it's gone. All right, it's gone. Look at the most, it says here, and look at the 3 most famous Arab American actors. Arab, Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld. Turns out the world's richest comedian has a very deep-rooted Jewish Arabic origin. If we follow that line, right? If let's just say it's real, you know. He's an Arab too. He's Arab too. Just like Selma Hayek. Okay? Yeah. Moriscos. Yeah. Moriscos. All right. So we're done with Jerry here. Orphans, right? We're talking about orphans. Hold up. We're talking about orphans. Oh, you know what? I didn't even show you this guy. I want to show you this first. Actually. Yeah, let me get this book. Before we continue, before we leave this out. All right. It says this. A World's Fair number, the Cosmopolitan, the September 1893. Let me see. After the World's Fair with nearly 200 illustrations, December 1893. Okay. Now, we actually saw a lot of these images. Look at the Moorish building right here, or architecture as they call it. The Moorish Palace, a different angle. And you guys can see way more of them. A lot of them actually in the skyline. All right, this is flipped around, so, but, oh, actually, here we go. So these ain't good images. I showed you guys, you know, pretty good images of them. So, you know, they kind of do this on purpose. A lot of the time I notice in these old books, they do a really bad job scanning. It almost seems like on purpose, so you don't really notice, pay attention to what you're actually seeing. I just wanted to read what it says here though, because the way they describe the World's Fairs, like when you go there, what they're seeing, it doesn't describe what they're saying. You know, oh, this was temporary. This was built with wood and some plaster here and there. That's not what this guy is saying in 1893. So let's read what he's saying about the World's Fairs. All right. Hold on. I went too close. Yeah, I mean, just look at the name Hayek. What do you think? That's not Spanish. But anyways, this is not about her. I mean, look it up. Actually, you'd be surprised. You might have Arab, a lot of Moorish blood in the States. Yes. What you call him, Moorish or Muslim? Yeah. Arab. Yeah. Okay. So a World's Fair. It says a sense of surprise. Oh man, I hate when it does that. Why does it do that? Okay. A sense of surprise, of delight, a suggestion of enchanted regions come to one as he stands for the first time in the great court of the World's Fair. During the first hour spent in this region of wonders, 3 thoughts take possession of the mind. And when a week later, one is passing for the last time down the court of honor toward the exposition terminal station, those thoughts are still predominant. The first of the vast change which the object lesson will make in the minds of the millions who visit it, broadening and opening, lighting up the dark corners, bringing them in sympathy with their fellow men, sending them back to homes, however humble, with thoughts that will beautify and gladden entire lifetimes, furnishing a topic for countless winter nights, exchanges of opinions and themes of stories for generations yet unborn. It is safe to estimate that our civilization and advance in the liberal arts will be moved forward by a quarter of a century as a result of this marvelous exposition. The second thought, which forces itself upon the mind and remains as an undertone at every minute of a memorable week's stay, and the ever-present proof of the pleasure which this enchanted land brings to the millions who are visiting it, giving their time and labor to building up this great work, to see upon the faces of the throngs who are moving up and down every aisle and every avenue proves of such pleasure, satisfaction, and joy. Such complete and absolute surrender to the surrounding beauty and interest has come but seldom into the lives of even the luckiest of humanity. It was my good fortune to be present on the 4th of July when the number of people on the grounds exceeded 305,000. It was okay, so I just want to hold on. There's a part where he says how much she says this costs. Okay? 1 second. Look at this building. Look at that. So he's like, wow, like he's just like this way he's describing it. Okay. See. There goes that statue we saw earlier. All right, let me see. Where is it? Come on now. That's the thing about being live. And like, what page was that on? Let me see. Million. Okay. Okay, what a collection of people amidst what magnificent surroundings. No monarch, listen to this, guys. No monarch in the history of the world ever had such palaces erected. Okay? So you're saying this is just wood and plaster? But this is a primary source. This is from 1893. The person's telling you what he's seeing. He's like, yo, I'm not looking at wood. I'm not looking at plaster. I'm looking at the best palaces ever erected in the history of the world. No monarch could have brought together such objects of interest. Not even the wealthiest of monarchs could have expended a sum which probably 200 millions does not represent in such palaces and such exhibits. He's saying this ain't even $200 million. This costs way more than that. You don't have the money to build something like this today. You can't build something like this today. So you're saying this guy is telling you he's at the World's Fair, guys. Come on. He's one of the writers of this, guys. Please listen to what he's saying. Break all your spells of what you think. He's telling you. If you ever doubted that this might not be real buildings, he's letting you know these are real palaces. Very expensive. You can't fathom how much this costs. All right? And these palaces are not the whim of one man for the pleasure of himself and his courtiers, but the first great creation of a government intended originally to be of the people, for the people, and by the people. This was what? This was what? Huh? Who created this? This was for the people? What? What are we talking about here? A government that perhaps has not yet attained that ideal, but promises in the early future to scientifically solve the problems of distribution, a consumed nation which will give to the common people the riches which they create. It starts getting pretty deep, right? As I kept reading it. But I just wanted to read that right there, right? I don't know how else to interpret that. I don't know how else to interpret that other than he's telling you these are real palaces he's looking at. He's there right in front of it. It's right in front of him, guys. He's there, 1893. He ain't saying this is made out of wood, temporary. He's not saying they're going to destroy this in a couple of weeks. All right? Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to show that before I went. I was supposed to show you guys that earlier. Okay. When I was talking about the World's Fairs. Let me looking for my other window right here. Hold on. There we go. So where we at? Where we at? Let me see where we at. I haven't looked at the chat in a while, guys. So where we at? Air Shad in the house. That's where we at. What's up, brother? All right. Hope you guys enjoying the presentation. Okay, we got, I guess, 500 strong here. I didn't even know. All right. Don't get shy now, Kurimeo. Don't get shy. All right. All right. All right. So now, where we at? So we got Cabbage Patch Babies, Incubator Babies. We got this idea of mass producing babies, right? Mass producing babies. mass producing babies. Eventually, what happens, guys? Eventually, what happens? These babies grow up, right? Where did all these babies go? You're saying they all went back to their parents? All these babies, they went all these years. You guys got to understand how long this went on for. A lot of years. A lot of years they had these Fair Incubator Babies. Okay. So now we got a bunch of orphans all of a sudden all over the place. We got a bunch of orphans, especially New York. Especially New York. We got a bunch of orphans all over the place, all over the East Coast. Not just New York, but all over, actually. We got a bunch of orphans. Like I said, hey, these babies have to grow up, right? What happened to all the Cabbage Patch? All those babies you had in the cabbage field. What happened? They eventually grow up, right? They eventually grow up. What are we looking at here, guys? What is this? What are we looking at? All these kids and next to the train. You guys ever heard of the Orphan Trains? Again, check out the channels that already have been talking about this for a long time. We just freestyling it today. We just live, okay? We just live. They went Wally. Yeah. Okay. 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 Wanted homes for children. Homes for children. Wanted homes for children. A company of homeless children from the East will arrive at Troy, Missouri on Friday, February 25th, 1910. These children are of various ages and are of both sexes, having been thrown friendliness upon the world. They were just thrown into the world. They were just thrown into the world. Thrown into the world. Hey, shout out to Mine Unveiled. We already saw. Hey, he said they were cloning people in the 1800s. 1800s cloning. I didn't say it. Incubator babies. We got Cabbage Patch drawings and postcards. People being delivered babies. Yeah, we're going to see that on the mail. Yeah, this was real. This was really, really, really real. This was real. Orphan Trains. Heritage still lives today. Children's Aid Society, New York. Children's. Yeah, a lot of orphans all over the place. Working in factories, plantations, all this stuff. A lot of orphans. Why they all so-called white? Why they all so-called white? Homes wanted for children. A company of orphan children of different ages, man. Different ages. You get to pick them. Okay? You get to pick them. Agnes Marie Patnott, or Pat-born Agnes Chambers in New York. All right? Made in New York. Born in New York. Arrived in Crookston, Minnesota in 1918. She was adopted by Harmidas Panodi of Alphonsine Edmar Panodi of Red Lake Falls and grew up to become school teachers and mother of 8. So what you realize, a lot of these people they're getting sent to, and especially in the Midwest, are like these foreigners who just got there into the country, who were people who were, I guess, took advantage of like things like the Homestead Act and stuff, and were literally forced into colonizing or settling these places in the Midwest. They wanted to expand, right? Manifest destiny. Okay. Home for Children wanted. A company of homeless children from the East will arrive at McPherson Friday, September 15. These children of various ages, both sexes, having been thrown friendlies upon the world. They come under the auspices of the Children's Aid Society of New York. I'm telling you guys, this is what Coleman, Seinfeld's dad, is being supposedly born and where his mom's supposedly dying. I'm telling you, I saw the record. I'm not kidding. They are well disciplined, having come from various orphanages. Various orphanages. The citizens of this community are asked to assist the agent in finding good homes for them. Persons taking these children must be recommended by the local committee. They must treat the children in every way as members of the family, sending them to school, church, Sabbath school, and properly close them until they are 18 years old. All right, until they are 18 years old, almost like an indenture, until they're 18. Protestant children placed in Protestant homes, okay, and Catholic children in Catholic homes. The following well-known citizens have agreed to act as local committee to aid the agents in securing homes. Open House, Opera House, Homes Wanted for Children, a company of orphan children of different ages in charge of H.D. Clark agent will arrive at your town, coming to a town near you, Thursday, May 4th. The object of the coming of these children is to find homes in your midst, especially among farmers, especially amongst the farms, sharecroppers, where they may enjoy a happy and a wholesome family life, where kind care, good example, and moral training will fit them for a life of self-support and usefulness. They come under the auspices of the New York's Children's Aid Society, of course, by whom they have been tested. All right, they've been tested and found to be well-meaning and willing boys and girls. Trust me, well-made. The conditions are that these children shall be properly clothed, treated as members of the family. All right, this is a big one here. All right, treated as members of the family, given proper school advantages, and remain in the family until they are 18 years of age. 18, huh? Like an indenture. Hey, much love, Frank. Thank you for that. Appreciate it very much. Anybody that's donated and I missed it, much love. Thank you. All right. So what's going on? Hey, make sure you make them your family member. At the expiration of the time specified, it is hoped that arrangements can be made whereby they may be able to remain in the family indefinitely. But they're almost literally telling you, hey, look, you can, they're like hinting, hey, look, you can use them as slave work, like servants for your farm until they're 18. Then, whether you want to or not, you can choose to keep them or not. We hope you can. Remember, the time and place, all are invited. Come out and hear the address. Applications may be made to any one of the following well-known citizens who have agreed to act as local committees to aid the agent in securing homes. Open your doors. Come on, open your doors. Helpless children appeal to all right-thinking people and appeal to you. Have you not a vacant chair, a hungry spot in your heart that you can fill with one of these children waiting at the Kentucky Children's Home Society for someone to give them a real home? A real home, because they never had one. A real home. The right of every child in our state. The churches, business, and professional men of Cadiz and Trigg County urge you to join them and help and find homes. Come on, we need to find homes for them. Come on, repopulate this winter for 50 children just like these from the Kentucky Children's Home Society of Linden, Kentucky. A group of these little ones will be in Cadiz. All right, Cadiz, we're talking about the real Cadiz. Friday and Saturday, October 26th and 27th at the courthouse. Here's your chance. Here's your chance if you ever needed some children or slaves. I mean, children, babies. I mean, servants. I mean, workers. I mean, anybody to wash your dishes. I mean, you know what I mean. Here's your chance. Do the biggest thing. And Dig County can do this winter. Oh, man. So you literally, guys, I hope you see what's going on, all right? So earlier they said that Seinfeld's mom ended up in the Hebrew Orphan Asylum. Hebrew Orphan Asylum, huh? Because I was reading the history about it. I could have done a whole video on it. I might do it eventually. Not just this, but asylums. But a lot of people already did. They make a lot of sense. It's kind of crazy. It goes into a really crazy thing here when we're talking about. It's definitely an old world building. All right, the Orphan Asylum of right in Brooklyn too. It's right in Amsterdam Ave, right? Let me just show the pictures. All right. I hope you guys enjoying. I don't know. I wish I could see the the chat more, but I'm trying to progress. Okay. Indiana Genealogical Society blog seeking orphan train descendants. Okay, we're seeking them. On November 30th, 2015, the South Bend Area Genealogical Society's monthly program will feature educator and genealogist Barbara Cook of Niles, who will speak on the orphan trains, all right, saga of the resettlement of homeless or destitute children from the East Coast to foster or adoptive families in the Midwest. The Orphan Train Project, initiated in New York City and Baltimore during the 18th and 19th century. All right, we're talking about 1700s, 18th century equals 1700s, guys. Orphan trains. This has been going on for a while. Located homeless waves with willing families in our area. Indiana was one of the largest recipients of homeless children. Very little is known about the history of the children placed on their or their descendants, okay? A lot of them probably never knew. They probably grew up thinking that was their real parents, right? So I just wanted to show you guys this. Much love and respect. CHO. Let me see if I can. Shining great, right? Shining great. 20. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Much love. All right. So yeah, descendants of the orphan train riders, we're looking for you. We're looking for you. We literally. Oh yeah, we literally looking for you now. The Washington Post, the orphan train. It says here. As an adult, Winfred Lorraine Williams learned that she was placed in a New York City orphanage soon after her birth in 1922 because her unmarried mother feared the wrath of her prominent family if they discovered that she had a baby. Now, they're literally telling you that she learned. This is what she was told. Winfred was told. That's why she ended up as an orphan. All right? Williams still remembers the stern caretakers at the orphanage, her thin clothes and constant hunger. Then a train ride changed her life. So, in 1926, Williams and 13 other orphans were scrubbed, dressed in new clothes, and put aboard a westbound train at Grand Central Station. The children were not told where they were going or why. They had no idea that they were on an orphan train or that they had become participants in the largest children's migration in history. Between 1854 and 1929, an estimated 200,000 American children, some orphaned and others abandoned, all in need of families, traveled west by rail in search of new homes and a novel phasing out movement. All right, so they're saying between 1850, right? That's still a lot of years, but we already got the drop from the 18th century, that's 1700s. So I guess her train reached Kirksville, Missouri. Says the children were taken to a crowded local church and told to sit in chairs on the stage. An old man with a white beard approached the small fair-haired Williams and pointed a bony finger at her. "I'll take that one," he boomed. "My wife is sick and I need someone to wash the dishes." Terrified, Williams refused to go with him. A music professor and his wife saw what happened and began talking gently to her. Would she like to be their little girl? Williams consented, and in that moment, she acquired loving parents. All right, so there was some good cases, but you guys will read if you start researching this. There was a lot of bad stories, a lot of abuse. There's a lot of bad people adopting these children for no good, for bad reasons. The orphan explosion. The first U.S. orphanage reportedly was established in 1729 after Indians massacred settlers near Natchez, Mississippi, But institutional solutions were uncommon before the 19th century, and relatives or neighbors usually raised children who lost parents. About 1830, however, the problem of homeless children mushroomed in large eastern cities. All right, all of a sudden, we got mad orphans. All of a sudden. All right, so it goes on. I just want you guys to see that this is real. All right, Orphan Train was a supervised welfare program that transported children from crowded eastern cities of the United States to foster homes located largely in rural areas of the Midwest. All right, they were literally, come on guys, repopulating. They were literally populating these areas because this happened for so many years. Look, they're telling you almost literally 100 years. Okay. Then I was learning about the guy who started this, Charles Lauren Brace, and who he was and his family. Got the whole drop on that. Right. Children's Aid Society. As you guys can see, there's a whole history of that. Look at that. Yeah. Hey, hey, those babies in the cabbage fields and the incubators, hey, they had that. Eventually they grew up, right? Hey, I didn't say it. Go watch those videos, Mind on Bill channel. Go watch them. All right. A brief history of children sent through the mail. Uh-oh, Smithsonian Magazine. Oh, hold up. In the early days of the parcel post, some parents took advantage of the mail in unexpected ways. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the most overlooked yet most significant innovations of the early 20th century might be the post office decision to start shipping large parcels and packages through the mail. While private delivery companies flourished during the 19th century, the parcel post dramatically expanded the reach of mail order companies to America's many rural communities, as well as the demand for their products. When the post office parcel post office officially began on January 1st, all right, 1913, the new service suddenly allowed millions of Americans great access to all kinds of goods and services. But almost immediately, it had some unintended consequences as some parents tried to send their children through the mail. All right. Now, like baby by Purcell Post. All right. Look at this. Now, this is real, guys. It really happened. You're not gonna see so-called black babies. Like, and when you start reading this and doing the history research, you'll see that they'll try to sugarcoat it like, oh, it was just a couple cases. This ain't real. They're just posing for the camera. He put on a mailman suit. They try to sugarcoat it, guys. But this was real. Once upon a time, it was legal to mail a baby in the United States. You literally got it like a stork in the mail, guys. Baby's coming. This is real. This is real. You don't even have to go to the World's Fair Incubator. You can order them through mail. Boss Baby. Boss Baby. There you go. They know. The stork kids, yeah. Smithsonian confirms birth of baby mail. I'm not making this up. Washington Post. Mail that baby. A brief history of kids sent through the U.S. Postal Service. Decades before the first unaccompanied child was put on a plane to grandma's in the care of a flight attendant, a few resourceful parents accomplished the same end by simply dropping their kids in the mail. Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. I told you guys. Mailing babies, the story of kids sent through the U.S. Postal Service. We ain't making this up. We ain't making this up. They even had stems on them. They had the stems right on their clothes. Once babies sent by mail. And like when you start actually looking into it, there was many cases, a lot, not just a few. Like they try to sugarcoat it with. Parcel post baby makes trip upon LE Railroad. Okay, another one. Next day delivery, boy. You want a blonde, blue-eyed baby? All right, we'll have them there in 24 hours if you pay us $2. That was a lot of money back then, guys. Who changed the diapers, yo? Hey, that's a very good question. These people were more than just mailmen. I'll tell you that. We're in facts.usps.com. Postal facts. Kids in the mail. Do not try to ship your kids. In the early days of parcel post, a few parents managed to mail their children to relatives. All right, they're trying to sugarcoat it. Oh, to relatives, really? Oh, it's just a couple of, and it was family members. Why would family members do that to their own? Yeah, okay, but it was real. I just wanted to show you guys that this was real. This was real. All right. Now, all right. What do you guys think? I know a lot of you guys knew about all this. I know a lot of you knew all about this stuff, but I'm interested to know the new people. Like, if you never heard of any of this stuff, like, what do you think about this? Like, what are your thoughts? Huh? What are your thoughts? Let me know. We're almost out of here, but I just want to, talk to you guys a little bit. Okay, now I want to say something before I go now. All right, because I know everybody always likes to blame somebody for their unfortunate situations, and a lot of times there is people to blame for that. Most cases, right? Like almost every time. But now, I bet you if you guys really start doing the research, if somebody really starts, and if it may have to be me or who else, whatever, I don't, I might do it. But if you really start doing the research, where did all these trains go? Where did all these orphan trains go? Did they just go to white towns? Because I did one check on one of these towns they ended up in, and I realized that this was a black town, so-called black town. It wasn't just so-called white towns in the middle of nowhere. They were going down to the south, guys. And if you have a whole town of black folks, who else is going to adopt them? What am I saying? What are you saying, Kurimeo? A theory I have, right? Is that not only did so-called white people adopt these orphan babies, but I believe that a lot of black folks adopted these kids too to work the farms, to for whatever they needed a baby. They were childless or whatever, but I doubt they were childless. Based on genealogy I do for a lot of people, these people in these times had a lot of kids, right? So what if, because if you start looking at where all these trains ended up, guys, you got to really be real with yourself. That the black folks kind of doomed themselves a little bit when they started adopting a lot of all these orphan kids, these so-called sharecroppers that worked for your grandfather's farm, huh? These so-called white people that were sharecroppers in your grandfather's farm, huh? Now, what if these orphan kids grew up in like neglected, in these communities, or like wishing they were actually part of the family, which, the deal was for these people to make them part of the family, give them your names, their last names and everything. They had to give them their names. So what if these kids eventually grew up, and that's not all of them, but what if, this is a theory, guys, I have, right? And I'm talking about when it came to black folks, people of color adopting these orphan babies, did these babies grow up and do their adoptive parents wrong? Or maybe their kids, like the grandchildren, grew up and eventually, we're talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? We're talking about Black Wall Street. I'm going to be just real with you. Black Wall Street. How do you have a bunch of people so heartless, so soulless? How are you so soulless, right? That you go and burn up a whole town and you just take it, right? And then I start looking and finding out about orphan trains, cabbage patch, incubators, possible cloning going on here. What's, yeah, it would seem like people like this, maybe even going through the trauma they went through as orphans, grow up to do things like that, to want things that they didn't have, to want what they didn't have, to want to be the landowners. Huh? So I'm not saying that all white people like that or orphans were like that. I'm just saying, I'm giving you thoughts, theories, just like everybody else in this YouTube community. When it comes to these kind of videos, it's all conjecture. But we just got to be really logical with what you're finding and the stories you've heard and everything. How did you lose your farm? How did you was it always losing, or was it sometimes maybe these incubator babies just kind of like just went with their white privilege, and forgot who adopted them or who raised them, who gave them a chance, who gave them a job. A lot of them probably got abused, and they was like, hey, you know what, we were abused, like we hear about slavery stories, Kunta Kinte, black folks getting whipped, blah. What if in many cases it was the other way around too, and I know a lot of times it was. There was many black slave owners who didn't care about how they treated their servants, indentured servants or slaves, whether they were light-skinned, pale, Indians, black Europeans, they just treated them, it was about status. It wasn't about color. Okay? Yeah, homunculus, you already know. check out that 10-hour video. I'm still trying to finish it. All right, it's a long video because I like to watch it and soak in everything. I can't just watch it and like not understand what I'm seeing. But I just babbled a little bit in the end here, guys. I wanted to just leave that thought with you guys. I just want to leave that thought with you guys. And how could you say, how could people do such horrible things to black folks or black towns and kill? Hey, man, if you're an orphan and you got nothing, that could be a reason. That could be a reason why they would think they should do that, or why they're jealous, or why they want to take everything. I'm just saying. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's presentation. I really didn't have this prepared like that. Like I just like put it together real quick because I already told you I had all this open already. I had all these tabs and I had all these images already ready. Like I don't close these windows ever. Even when I shut down my computer, it reopens all my windows. That's what I got a Mac. I got a so I was like, let me just do it live. Like let me just stop thinking about it, how I'm gonna record it, how I'm gonna explain this, and let me just do it freestyle and live. And that way I have no excuses, no worries, no. I'm just gonna do it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it because again, I don't do these kind of videos. I can't get into a lot of conspiracy stuff, which I do, but I'd like to do historical stuff. I like to do things that I can show you sources with. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's an extra, it's help for the other YouTubers too. Just another way to think about it as well. Like, like as I showed in the beginning, Benjamin Franklin did say that pale skinned people were a minority all over the world. Okay. I'm not, that's just facts. He said it, primary source. And then you got all this going on after that. And then you got Reconstruction era. And then all of a sudden you colored. And then all of a sudden you black. And then all of a sudden you Negro. All of a sudden you African American. I'm just saying, man. Hold up, guys. I'm just saying. Straight from Tamari. Hold up. Yeah, straight from Tamari. Peace out. Hold on. Let me Pura vida. Much love. Yeah, this whole time I was right here next to the pyramids, chilling Mesoamerica, Tamari. You know, what's up? The Hesperides, Atlantis. The Promised Lands. What they call Somleya. I forgot what the Mormons call this land, Costa Rica. They got a name for all this, in their Bible. So, hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Much love and respect. I appreciate always the love. Hope you guys enjoying the videos. I got so much to talk about, so much books I want to read. It gets overwhelming, and I just don't do the video. And then sometimes I go days without doing um, or talking about. I could just go live, and I just think about it too much. Sometimes I want to just make it too perfect. I don't want people to think I'm just blogging and talking like most other people. All right. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right. Costa Rica, always 506 code, Pura Vida. A country to meet friends. A country to meet friends. Pura Vida land. Pura Vida land. One love. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, guys. For real. I really appreciate it. Anybody who donated today, thank you. And Pura Vida. Pura Vida. Never, never land. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. I appreciate you too. Much love. Show me Sasquatch. Show the Sasquatch. Hey, address the elephant in the room. That's what we're trying to do here. I understand what you're trying to say. They might gave the land to the orphan from the court and the right. That's why they leave. Have so much. And a lot again. These orphans, they took on the name, so they took on your family's name. If you owned a farm and you adopted them, and if something legal happened in the future when you're gone, you're dead, and then there's disputes between the children and the orphan adopted children, and hey, or just it's very segregated times, very racial times, and black folks are being disfranchised. Even if it's your stepbrother or adoptive stepbrother that you're disfranchising, you're gonna stick with your white friends, white superiority, white privilege, the creation of white superiority. Remember, we read all this, like why that happened, and it seems like it was the need for them to try to identify themselves because they had no identity. Like they were literally, you see, a lot of these were orphans, and a lot of these people were, coming from foreign lands and they didn't know their parents, and so I'm not saying all poor white folks, but history is not one-sided. You get what I'm saying? So you can't be biased. Um, People, every all sorts of people have gone through all sorts of bad experiences. Doesn't matter what color. Um, I hope you guys understood what I was trying to show today. And again, I recommend going to check out Mind on Build, those 3 videos. Just so it's gonna get deep, and you're gonna be like, well, if he's saying, well, it's what's same thing Kurimeo's saying is kind of the same thing. It makes sense. And so, again, did black folks adopt these orphan kids, and then something happened eventually? Who's these sharecroppers? Yeah, hijacks upon hijacks. That's what I'm talking about. Hijacks upon hijacks. All right, breeze, oh breeze. You know, Breeze 3000. Much love and respect, mi gente. Pura vida. Thanks for tuning in on this Saturday night. Love y'all. Take care of yourselves. I hope your mind is unveiled. Shout out to Mind Unveiled. Shout out to Ocelo 12 for the beats. Shout out to Bezo Breeze. One love, family. Wow. Hey, much love, Tails. I appreciate that. Much love, family. Thanks for tuning in. Wow.